Disney parks. Whether it's Disneyland in California or Disney World in Florida, it could brighten the worst of days and empty the fullest of pockets. But that brightest day just might get darkened yet again by a bit of a stinky surprise. I'm Troy from Marks on Media, and today we're discussing how Disney just looks worse and worse as people are deciding to turn the parks into their own personal toilets. Now, on with the story. The link to the article I'm covering can be found in the video description. I don't know how many comments I'll have as we progress through this article. I might just be outwardly laughing or vomiting in my mouth.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Whatever. This isn't the type of article that we generally cover, but it's just too damn funny and weird and wild not to cover. Let's experience this article together, shall we? The Daily Mail reports, "The crappiest place on Earth. Disney theme parks have been hit by so many people pooping in lines for rides that cleaners now have special code to alert them of human feces. Users on the Walt Disney World subreddit decry the behavior of park guests who vomit and even defecate while waiting in line. Bodily fluids no longer bother me. After working at Disney," one employee wrote, "two former cast members at Disneyland have revealed that there is even a code used in poop-related incidents." Disney World may have earned the moniker the happiest place on Earth, but visitors and employees alike aren't feeling the magic after witnessing people defecating and vomiting in line. The vomiting, I can understand. The defecating, come on now. The Walt Disney World subreddit is not just a place for fanatics to come together. It fields plenty of complaints about the park's unsanitary conditions, which are corroborated by past and current cast members. Quote, "I am in the queue for Rise of the Resistance. Someone let their kid take a dump on the floor, and then they just walked out and left it. WTF," a user wrote in a thread 2 months ago.
It's coming out of me like lava!
An employee at the ride elaborated upon the horror, writing, quote, "Fun fact, this was one of 3 related incidents at Rise today. Less fun fact, I was here for all 3 of them." Oh my God. Why? Just why, man? Apparently this was a kid, but like this said, someone let their kid take a dump on the floor and then they just walked out and left it. Kids will do what their parents allow them to do, and the parents allowed this child to drop trow in line around everybody else and leave a stink nugget. What in the hell is wrong with these people? But let's get into the rest of the article here because, like this next line says, the incidents are not limited to children either. Another user claimed to have encountered a massive adult-sized turd outside their hotel room at the Pop Century Resort. A person claiming to have recently stayed at the Pop Century Resort in Buena Vista says that they left their room one morning only to encounter a massive adult-sized turd on the walkway. The visitor continued, quote, "I have many questions." As do I. It wasn't even a full turd. It was a half turd. So they pinched one off. They used the infamous turd knife or poop knife, whatever, from Reddit. If you don't know what that is, Google poop knife and Reddit, and you're welcome. There are frequent reports of other types of bodily fluids as well, including what is referred to as a code V and illustrated by the next example. Quote, "I was in line for Haunted Mansion at Disneyland and a little girl started puking in line. Did the parents take her somewhere more appropriate to keep puking? No, a user wrote. People are so gross and selfish. Yeah, they must have used a fast pass on that one. Can't waste those, you only get so many in a day. Horrible, horrible parents." Anyway, quote, "You'd be surprised how often we get called to clean a code V at a restaurant and the parents insist on staying and finishing out the meal while the poor kid that produced it looks miserable, a cast member responded. These are just stories about terrible parents and people who witness the terrible parenting going on at Disney. I don't have a story like this per se at Disney, but I did see one where these parents tried putting their young child, I'd say maybe the age of 4, in timeout, in the middle of Disney World by sitting on a bench and then having their child stand in the middle of traffic where everybody's walking around and not move. The kid is bawling her eyes out and she's like freaking out and crying. Everybody thought she was lost because the parents are like 10 feet away from her, completely ignoring this kid, and all these people are just walking by. What's to stop this kid from getting abducted or assaulted or something else? Good grief. Horrible parenting can be seen all over Disney parks. But anyway, let's get back to the article. In another thread, a commenter denounced guests' behavior while waiting to mount the Avatar-themed Flight of Passage ride, which often has wait times of up to 40 minutes. Quote, "Bodily fluids no longer bother me after working at Disney," a park employee commented. Quote, "Let's just say that the attraction I work at has what the cast ended up dubbing the poop hall because of the amount of times guests have gone in there and pooped. We even put up a camera and it didn't stop it."
Stop pooping.
My God. This triggered vivid memories in former cast members. Quote, "Good Lord, the poop hallway," one responded, adding, quote, "This absolutely gives me war flashbacks. When so many people have taken a dump in a random hallway to the point of where you call it the poop hall, something's wrong, man. All of these people should be absolutely disgusted, embarrassed, and should be sitting in jail for doing this. Yuck. A thread was created just 1 month ago that was titled, quote, "Former CMs of Reddit, how often were rides shut down because a kid defecated in/on it? I was a CM at Pop Century in the food court and entertainment photography in DLR all the time," one user moaned. Quote, "It was worse in the food court, maybe once a week there, and quite often it was true accidents. Families come back for lunch exhausted from the sun and dehydrated, add food into the mix, and you could get involuntary expulsions from either end. Sounds delicious. And sanitary. And while feces and vomit are extreme enough, other park guests have found creative ways to ruin a custodian's day. According to a former Haunted Mansion cast member, the attraction rarely shut down due to fecal matter, quote, "But we absolutely did shut down a handful of times for human ash/bone matter being scattered on the ride," end quote. Despite the sentiment, these piles of ash are, quote, "unceremoniously vacuumed up with this giant yellow vacuum that is worn by a custodial cast member," end quote. This is a legend that has went around for a long, long time, and turned out I thought it was just a creepypasta or something like that. But no, this is real, because multiple cast members have come out since those stories started floating around and saying, yeah, it happens. We've seen it. That's disgusting and weird, man. Why? Why do that?
Why?
You're throwing the ashes of your loved one out on a Disney ride? A spooky-themed ghostly Disney ride? The hell is wrong with you, man? And you know that they're just gonna get vacuumed up and thrown in the garbage, right? That is a health code violation, and you absolutely should go to jail for something like that. It's disgusting. I believe that is a crime. So yeah, you're going to jail for something like that, and you should just be embarrassed. Like, what the hell? And you're dishonoring your loved one by scattering what remains of them on a ride just to get vacuumed up and dumped out with yesterday's food. Getting back to this, 2 former Disneyland custodial team workers opened up about the horrors they witnessed in a book titled Cleaning the Kingdom: Insider Tales of Keeping Walt's Dreams Spotless. In their accounts, Ken Pellman and Lynn Barron revealed their code name for an incident involving feces, Human Code H. The term originally referred to horse crap, meaning a custodial worker had to clean up after one of the animals on Main Street, and the term was later modified. You couldn't just call it something else? Human code H? Okay. The most extreme story that Pellman could recall occurred at Indiana Jones Adventure in Disneyland. Quote, "There's a pair of individual-use restrooms just backstage from the North Unload," the author explained. Quote, "It was mainly for cast members, but guests could and did use it. A woman who did not know this burst into the control room for the attraction and deposited her gift right there."
It's happening! It's happening! It's happening! It's happening! It happened. What are you doing? It happened.
What the fuck?
Pellman quipped, quote, "It must have been challenging for the ride operator to stay at their post in there before it was all cleaned up." Yeah, I worked in radio for years, and there was a guy who, not kidding, crapped his pants at the control board, and it was behind a desk, so you couldn't see it, just smell it. And the next guy came in, saw it, and said, "I am not working on this board until this is cleaned up. What the f***?" That is also a health code violation, and you could sue if they made you work in those kind of conditions. My God, I hope they got a nice bonus, whoever was running the damn ride.
Thank you, doctor. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
But finishing this up, so what are visitors expected to do if they really can't hold it? Some rides with notoriously long waits, like Flight of Passage, have a restroom mid-queue. All guests have to do is ask an employee who would be far happier to direct you to a bathroom than have to clean up your mess. Yeah, I would believe that is the case. Good Lord, what is wrong with these people? You should all be ashamed of yourselves. It's a lot of money to get into these Disney parks. It's not cheap. I can't afford to get in there, and I don't have kids. I went one time for my honeymoon with my wife, and we haven't been back since. That was 7 years ago. I can't even imagine spending all that money and time and effort to go to Disney, and you crap all over it, literally.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
This is just proof that money does not buy class, or brains for that matter. Comment down below with your thoughts on all of this. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Do you have your own messed up horror stories from Disney parks to share? I'd love to hear them. Let me know down in the comment section. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on Media, and we'll see you next time.